Hello everyone, this is our lecture number 10 and the topic of this lecture is analysis of singly reinforced beam by limit state method. In our previous lecture, we done with introduction part of limit state method. In this lecture, we derive some formula for finding the moment of resistance, like which we also find for working stress method. So let's begin this lecture. First, we have some assumption, and these assumptions are plane section normal to the axis remains plane after bending. This assumption is common in both working stress method and limit state method. Here, the explanation of this assumption we already done in our previous lecture. So for that you have to watch our previous lecture. Second one, the maximum strain in concrete at outermost compression fiber is taken as 0.0035 in bending. This part we discussed in our previous lecture in stress diagram of concrete and steel. So for topmost fiber value is 0.0035. Now the relationship between stress strain distribution in concrete may be assumed rectangle, trapezoidal, parabola or any other shape. This part we already seen in stress strain curve. If you see stress strain curve of concrete, so first it is parabola, after that it is rectangle. So this shape is of any type, maybe trapezoidal or any other shape, which result is prediction of strength in substantial agreement with the result of test. Compression strength of structure assume 0.67 times of characteristic strength. Partial factor of safety for concrete is 1.5. This we done in our previous lecture. We take 0.675 for characteristic strength. Why? Due to influence of size. Because we construct a cube or cast a cube in laboratory and we cast a cube in field. Both are vary in condition. That's why we take 0.67 times of characteristic strength. Tensile strength of concrete is ignored. Why? Because at bottom part in beam we provide reinforcement. So tensile strength is taken by reinforcement only. That's why the concrete part of that area is ignored. Stress in the reinforcement are derived from representative stress strain curve for the type of steel used. For design purpose, the partial factor of safety steel is taken as 1.15. Here we take for concrete 1.5 and here we take for steel is 1.15. Why this difference is occur? Because steel is made in industries and in industry we take every precaution for making the steel. That's why here partial factor of safety is less than concrete. Maximum strain in the tension reinforcement in the section at failure shall not be less than 0.002 plus 0.87 Fy upon Es. This part we already done. How we get this formula with the help of stress strain curve of steel. Okay, so this part is done in our previous lecture. Now we have some formulas for finding the limiting value, actual depth, etc. For WSM case, we have two depth, actual depth and critical depth. Here we change their name. Here we say XU limit means limiting depth and actual depth means critical depth is changed with the limiting depth. So here we find the formula of limiting depth of neutral axis. So same process we applied. Here we take XU limit. In our WSM case, here we take XC or XA, but in this case we take XU limit. So with the help of similar triangle property, we have find the axial limit value. So here we have topmost extreme fiber where strain value is 0.0035. This is the assumption, and here we have one assumption at bottom part. Strain value is 0.002 plus 0.87 Fy upon ES. So we have two values at top part and bottom part, and we have length also. So with the help of similar triangle property, you find the value of XU limit. So 0.0035 divided by XU limit and 0.002 plus 0.87 Fy upon ES divided by D minus XU limit. By simplify this equation, here we get XU limit upon D is equal to 700 upon 1100 plus 0.87 Fy. This formula is also given in our code IS 456 2000. This is the formula for finding the value of limiting depth. Here we have given Fy. So we put various value of Fy for finding the X limit. So if we put here Fy is equal to 250, so our value is 0.53. If here we put Fy value is 415, our value is 0.48. If we put here 500, our value is 0.46. And if you want the value of XU limit only, then you have to simply multiply with D. So in case of 250, if we have given Fe is equal to 250, means Fy is equal to 250. So XU limit is equal to D into 700 upon 1100 plus 0.87 Fy. Put here Fy is equal to 250 and you get answer is 0.53 D. Or you have remember this value for different grade of steel. For 250 we have XU limit is equal to 0.53 D. For 415 XU limit is equal to 0.48 D, and for 500 XU limit is equal to 0.46 D. So it is useful for you if you remember this value rather than solving with the help of this formula. Now here we find the formula for actual depth of neutral axis. For that we use strain profile diagram and stress profile diagram. So how we find the formula, let's see. First we have to find these two length which is called A, B, C, D, E. Means we have to find BC and AB. BC and AB we have to find, means we have to find this length and this length. So for that what we have to do, we have to take these two triangle which you see in this dotted line and this topmost part. If you see there are two triangles, one this triangle 0.002 and second one this 0.005 triangle. So from that triangle we have find one equation. This is the BC upon AC is 0.002 divided by 0.0035. From here we get 4 by 7 and we know that overall length is XU. So for finding one part, here we have to multiply with this XU. So here we get first 4 by 7 XU, and if we minus this part from XU we get here 3 by 7 XU. So we get this two axes with the help of this diagram. Now from these two axes, now we have to calculate the total force. So in stress profile we divided in this diagram two parts. First is in rectangular portion and second was in the parabolic. So first we have to find the force of rectangular part, and after that we have to find the force for parabolic part. So for finding the force of rectangular part, we know that stress into area. So here stress is already given, that is the 0.45 FCK, which we find through stress diagram, or simply we have to divide with partial factor of safety. Means we have to divide 0.67 FCK with partial factor of safety, we get 0.45 FCK. So this is the stress, and we know that area is this length into width, and this length is 3 by 7 XU, so 3 by 7 XU into B. So this is the force generated by a rectangular portion, and same we have to find for parabolic force. So parabolic force, we know that area of parabolic is 2 by 3 length into width. So 2 by 3 length is 4 by 7 XU and width is B. So this is the area, and we multiply with stress, we get here force, the 0.45 FCK. So here we get 2 by 3 0.45 FCK, 4 by 7 XU B. So total force here we get after summation of C1 and C2 is 0.36 FCK B XC. Now we have find X value also, means we have to find the value of lever arm, and this lever arm, here we know that this total depth is small d, so we have to find this depth. So for finding this depth, we simply subtract d minus xu. Same process we apply here. So this is called as lever arm. So for finding that value, we have to find the centroid of this two sections. So for finding the centroid of two sections, we know that formula y bar or x bar is equal to c1 y1 plus c2 y2 divided by c1 plus c2, or c1 x1 plus c2 x2 divided by c1 plus c2. So here we have force value, but we have to find the y value or x value. So for finding the y value and x value, see this stress profile diagram. For rectangular portion, if you have to find the centroid, we have to take the half of this part. So for that, we have to take 3 by 7 XU into half. So y1 or x1, here we get 3 by 7 XU into 1 by 2 is equal to 3 by 14 XU. But in case of parabolic, if you want to measure the centroidal axis, then you have to calculate from top or bottom. If you calculate top, then you have to add 3 by 14 XU, sorry, 3 by 7 XU plus this part and multiply with this 4 by 7 XU, means 3 by 8 into 4 by 7 XU. But if you calculate from bottom, then you have to subtract 5 by 8 into 4 by 7 XU from XU. So same equation we write here. So after calculating this equation, we get here x bar is equal to 0.42 XU. So with the help of this diagram, we find the total force value and x value, and these both values we used for finding the moment of resistance. So in this slide, we have find force and lever arm. Now we know that for balance condition, compression is equal to tension. Our actual funda is we have to find actual depth. So for finding actual depth, we have to find the XU value. So compression is equal to tension. We put this equation in equal, and we get XU is equal to 0.87 F by AST upon 0.36 FCK B. So this is the value of actual depth. Means if you want to find the actual depth of neutral axis in case of the LSM, for that you have to use this formula. In case of LSM, you remember this. You have two cases, WSM and LSM. For finding in LSM, you have to use this formula. Now you have to find the moment of resistance. So for finding the moment of resistance, simply you have to find the moment from compression side and tension side. For compression side, you know that force into perpendicular distance, you get the moment. Same you have to apply in tension side. So in compression side, we find total force. Total force is equal to 0.3 SCKB XU. This is your total force. And we also find the value of perpendicular distance, that is 0.42. But here if you measure this part is total D. So that part deduct from 0.42 XU. So here we get the distance. So here we get d minus 0.42 xu as a value. So our total moment of resistance is 0.36 FCK Vxu in bracket d minus 0.42 xu. Remember that here we use xu in WSM case, here we use xa, that is actual depth, here we use xu. And for critical depth in WSM we use xc, here we use xu limit, means limiting depth. And same we find for tension side, we have force 0.87 Fy AST, we have to multiply with lever arm only, that is d minus 0.42 xc. So these are two formula which you have to remember for finding the moment of resistance in case of singly reinforced beam. Now this formula is changed for different sections. Means if you have balance section, then this formula is used as it is. If you have under reinforced section, this formula is changed. If you have over reinforced section, this formula is changed. So this formula is changed for different section. Now here we have limiting moment of resistance. Means in previous lectures we done that x a is equal to xc, means the maximum value is equal to the actual value. Same case here we used xu is equal to xu limit. So for that condition we take here xu limit, means for finding the moment of resistance here you take xu limit. I will now comparison of xu and xu limit. You already know if x is less than xc, that case is the under reinforced section, and here we use xu and xu limit. So same we get if xu is less than xu limit, that means under reinforced section. Xu is greater than xu limit, that means over reinforced section, and xu is equal to xu limit, that is the balanced sections. These are sections which we find with the help of this comparison of xu and xu limit. Now we have find the equation for moment of resistance for balance under and over reinforced section. So these are the formulas which we use for finding the moment of resistance in case of under reinforced section, balance section and over reinforced section. If you want to know our section is under, over or balance, for that you have to find first xu and compare with xu limit. So for finding the xu value you have one formula 0.87 Fy AST upon 0.36 FCK B, and for finding the xu limit you have also one formula, or you directly remember the value for xu limit. You used here the values and compare that xu is less than or equal or greater than. If our value is less than xu limit, then you have to use this formula for finding the moment of resistance. If xu is equal to xu limit, then you have to use this formula for finding the moment of resistance. In balance condition, you use xu or xu limit, but in over reinforced condition, you have to use only xu limit value, not xu, because xu limit is the limited edition, means limited condition. From that we not exceed our value. So for over reinforced condition you use that value only. Don't use tension side formula because FST is does not equal to 0.87 F5. So if you see here, then either here some difference in moment of resistance, means in case of under reinforced section you find for tension side only, in balance section you find compression and tension side both, and over reinforced section you have find compression side only. Okay, so these are the formula for finding the moment of resistance. Now here we have some formula for limiting percentage of tensile steel. If you have not given percentage of steel, so with the help of this formula you find the percentage of steel. This percentage of steel is required in case of designing part. When you have to design the singly reinforced beam by LSM, so for that part you have to require this formula. So PT is the percentage limit of tensile steel is equal to 100 AST upon BD. This value you also find in IS 456-2000. There one table is given for that. So here with this value, now PT limit is equal to 100 AST limit, means here we take the limiting value. Here now we also provide cover for finding the effective depth. You know that we have to need effective cover, means overall depth minus effective cover. So for finding the effective cover, you have to know the clear cover value. So first you know what do you mean by clear cover and why we provide this cover. So nominal cover or clear cover is the design depth of concrete cover to all steel reinforcement including links. Mean this is the depth of concrete cover to all steel reinforcement. The cover is provided on the steel reinforcement. Now, why we provide this cover on reinforcement? To protect steel from corrosion and fire, and to give the reinforcing bars sufficient embedment to enable them to be stressed without slipping. Okay, so nominal cover requirements for durability based on exposure condition. This part we already discussed in our previous lecture. That clear cover is depend on exposure condition also. So for that you have to visit the IS 456-2000. There some values are given according to the exposure. But here we write some nominal cover value. For 1 hour fire resistance, the nominal cover value is beam on slab is equal to 20 mm and for column 40 mm. Now maximum and minimum area of reinforcing bar. These two formulas is given in IS 456-2000, and this formulas is always asking in competition, examination and interview. So you remember these two formula. For minimum area of tension steel, formula is AST upon minimum. AST minimum upon BD is greater than equal to 0.85 upon Fy, and for maximum flexural steel reinforcement 4% of cross sectional, this is 0.04 B capital D. You remember that here we used capital D means overall depth. And you remember one thing more, because this formula is used for beam case. Here we already write that beam minimum flexural steel reinforcement in beams, because when we came at slab part, their formula is changed. That's why here we write beams. So this maximum and minimum area for beam only. So you remember this formula. So we study or we done some numerical part in our further lectures which is based on LSM. Today's lecture is over. If you have any query, then comment me in comment box. Thank you.